Morning Year 5 and happy Thursday. Hope you're all okay today and that you've been working hard and had a nice day yesterday. Now, before you start your maths today, it's really important that you go back through your work from yesterday and you check what you've done. So you mark your work and you see if you got it all right, fantastic, and if you made any mistakes, well, where did you go wrong, what happened, and can you put it right? So that's really important so that you can move on to today's learning. You need to fix yesterday's first. Now remember to not only be doing your maths, but you should also be doing your English and having a go at that inquiry every single day, okay? Really important to keep those brains ticking over. So yesterday in our maths, we did adding decimals with the same number of decimal places. And today we're going to be using that knowledge to help us to subtract numbers with the same amount of decimal places. So very similar to yesterday, and I'm confident that most of you would have got on all right yesterday. So again, today I'm not going to give you loads of support because it is something that you're pretty confident in anyway. You're really confident in using your column method for addition and subtracting. The only thing that's different here is that we've got a decimal place to play with as well. So I'm going to give you a couple of examples and just reminding you of a few things that might trip you up on the way, and then I'm going to let you get started. So like I said, we're having the same amount of decimal places today, which does make it easier when we're lining it up in our columns. So for example, if I was going to do 14.83 subtract 12.12. Okay, I've got the same amount of decimal places in each of those numbers, and so when I go to line up in my columns, it's going to be really obvious if I made a mistake. So I'm going to start with my Siri wanted to get involved in. Do you remember when I used to do that in our lessons, Dove class? Very annoying. So 14.83 subtract 12.12. Hopefully you will be using a ruler for that bit. Now remember with our subtraction that our largest number goes on the top. If you put your smallest number on the top, you can't do it. So always check first which is my biggest number because that needs to go first. And then we work our way through our columns like we do with our addition, but we are taking away today. 3 take away 2 gives me 1. 8 take away 1 gives me 7. 4 take away 2 gives me 2. 1 take away 1 gives me nothing. Now here, I have currently forgotten my decimal place. It's decimal point, sorry. Really important that you remember to put that in your answer because it completely changes your answer. If it's not there, I've got 271. That's not right. If it is there, I've got 2.71, which is correct, okay? So remembering that decimal point. Some of your answers might have an exchange in them, and it's really important that you remember which column it is that you're exchanging from and what it is that's happening. So for example, if I had 8.62 subtract 7.27, I was going to do 2 take away 7, it doesn't work, and I can't just switch my numbers around because then I'm just that can't happen. Okay, we can't just say, oh well, we'll do 7 take away 2 and have 5. My calculation is 2 take away 7, which I can't do. So I'm going to exchange from next door. I'm going to exchange a tenth for 10 hundredths. So I'm going to cross through so I remember that I've done that, and this becomes 5 tenths because I've borrowed a tenth. Give me 10 hundredths. So now I've got 12 take away 7, which I can do. 12 take away 7 would leave me with 5. Then I've got 5 take away 2, not 6, because I've exchanged from there. So it's really important that you remember to cross out what's happened. That is the biggest thing that trips you up with subtraction, is that you forget to mark down your exchanges. Sometimes you will have an exchange in each column, and so it's really important that you're crossing through and you know what you've borrowed from where, okay? Or what you've exchanged from where, sorry. So 5 take away 2 gives you 3, 8 take away 7 gives you 1, put in your decimal point, okay? You know how to do this, and it's the exact same whether you've got the decimal in there or not. It's just really important that you're exchanging from the right column and that you're marking down your exchange each time, okay? So in your activity today, you've got some that are already laid out for you. Now, I know most of you copy your work out rather than printing it, which is just really good practice for your presentation, okay? So on the sheet, it's really clearly lined up. You need to copy it the same. Numbers are 1 digit per square on that sheet, and your book should look the exact same. You've got a couple of word problems and a couple of things involving money. So again, it's the same idea when you're using money. You can use your column method to help you, but just remember when you get to the end of the question, are you working in pounds? Are you working in pence? And remember to put that sign in there. So if I was doing £8.62 take away £7.27, my answer would be pounds, and I need to remember that sign to make my answer correct, okay, to make sure I'm answering the right thing. And I think that's all you need help with. Yeah, you've got a couple of questions that are word problems and a couple that are calculations, which is really good to get that brain ticking over. So good luck, work hard. Remember that some of the questions are repeated, so don't do them twice, but do answer all of the questions on the sheet. There's 9 questions today. So good luck, and I'll see you